more can I say?
Top Billin. Hokey hi. Your boy is back again, baby. Let's get it. All my Virginia Tech fans, stand up and let's get it popping for my man, Coach Tyler Bowen, your new offensive coordinator. Now listen, Coach Bowen is somebody who I mentioned in a video past. Y'all know, if y'all have been watching this series here, my love for Penn State University as a cousin team, along with the Maryland Terrapins, of course, at least when they're not playing Virginia Tech, but I'm so DMV with it, baby. I got to support those Terps as well. But Penn State, the de facto ACC team out there in the big team with the way they recruit the DMV, y'all see me push all these Penn State coaches for the head coaching hire. They do end up picking a Penn State head coach or a coach from that Penn State staff, and my man, Coach Pry, albeit on the defensive side of the ball, I wanted them to pick one of the offensive stars that they've had on that team, whether it be Josh Gaddis or even Bill O'Brien would have been cool with me from back in the day. I wanted James Franklin, but that was a pie in the sky there. So all those type of guys like that, I am perfectly great with Coach Pry, especially when he goes out and gets Coach Bowen, a person whom I've covered on this channel. So listen, I'm going to repackage a film study that I did, or actually I think a couple of film studies that I did, maybe both in the 2019 season, one being a study of the quarterback at Penn State, Sean Clifford. So when you see something like this, I want you to imagine this. I want you to imagine BB3 Braxton Burmeister as Sean Clifford, or some of the backs that you'll see me talk about there, Noah Kane. Imagine Malachi Thomas or whomever is back there, Keyshawn King or somebody like that. Imagine them there with the guys that we have, more in these guys on the offensive line and the guys out wide. And just imagine how it would fit with the type of personnel that we have and some of the stuff that I'm hearing that's going to be coming down the pipe, whether it be through the transfer portal and, of course, some of the guys that they will have in this particular recruiting class. So with that being said there, I know everybody wants me to talk about the defensive hires. I can only be real about the situation there. The best defensive hire, obviously, is the head coach, Brent Pry. He's one of the best defensive minds in the sport. Derek Jones, I think, is a pretty cool hire. Sean Quinn, the defensive coordinator, Chris Marv, I think these are all pretty cool hires. I would be lying if I said I was excited about any of those guys. I'm excited about the return of J.C. Price. That's my dude. And if Ryan Smith is retained, I don't know if I've gotten the official word on that. Extra ecstatic, because that is a rising star. He is exactly the type of coach that I would want if we're talking about taking over the DMV or retaking it over from Penn State. A guy like Ryan Smith is one of those guys that you have to have. I'm heartbroken for my man, Jocelyn Hamilton. J Ham's my dude, man. If you're a Hokie fan and you don't like J Ham, man, you need to check your pulse. You can't be living. J Ham is that dude. I understand the business aspect of this, and I wish him the best. Hopefully he recovers really quick and we can one day find him back on that Hokie staff again. But it is what it is. Those guys are some really good teachers there. None of these guys, to me, are master recruiters or have mastered recruiting in this area. But it is what it is. But I'm super excited about Tyler Bowen. Now, listen, y'all know me. I don't miss Penn State games. I watched all this Penn State stuff under James Franklin. Love that man forever since he was at Maryland. And James Franklin let Tyler Bowen call the plays in I forget which, Cotton Bowl. I want to say it was the Cotton Bowl because it was in Dallas. And he did a damn good job with that. But that was Ricky Ronnie's offense. I remember Ricky Ronnie had left to take over Old Dominion University. He took over for that particular game, and they had some really good results there on offense. I don't for sure know what type of offense he'll run. When you call someone a co-offensive coordinator, but they don't call the plays, you're really just giving them a title to give them a raise, right? So he was the tight ends coach. That's what he is. Pat Fryermuth and those guys like that, that's that dude right there, right? He's the tight end guy. I know we're going to have really good tight end play with him, especially as an offensive coordinator. He's not a quarterback guy, so they will still have to get a quarterback guy, which is always a little tough. You sometimes want your quarterback guy to be that play caller. They work hand in hand there, so we shall see how that goes. Or even if he's the play caller. I don't know. Now that I think I'm starting to trick myself there. He could be I don't know. If they can name him the offensive coordinator, we shall see with the details of that. But they're still going to need a quarterback guy, obviously offensive line, running backs coach, and all that as well. Receivers coach, a whole bunch of stuff to get taken care of. But Tyler Bowen is a great start, and then you move on from there. I want more guys from Penn State. I want it to be Penn State South. That's the exact type of team that I want my team to emulate. And I think that they run their program very well. Now, they've had some really good success. They've had some down years. People be down on James Franklin. I don't give a damn what nobody thinks about this sport. I go by what I like in this sport, right? I stand on my own 2 feet. I'm a man about mine. I love James Franklin, and I want my program to be ran like that. And Coach Fry is a chip off the block of James Franklin, so I'm extremely excited with that. So we shall see how it goes there. But pay attention in these film studies right here to just the detail of it, whether it be the pass tags on the back of the run calls, all that stuff that they learned from Joe Moorhead that I'm sure Tyler Bowen is going to put in. I would think his offense would look like Ronnie's, but with a lot more Joe Moorhead flavor into it. So that spring game stuff, just a lot of the pass tags on the back of the run calls, maybe some of the line splits and different things like that. Definitely make sure you check that out. And if you're not haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. This is where it's at for Hokies football. When I do Hokies content, make sure you're here. Obviously, it's not a Hokies channel or anything like that. I'm just starting with Hokies content. So, but I like the response I've been getting so far, so it's pretty cool. But with that being said, man, let's go ahead and get into it, baby. Stand up and be happy. Let's go.
All right, 11 personnel working with KJ Hamler and Pat Firemouth here. Gonna have a survey and release from Journey Brown, who's going to destroy college football this season. Pat Firemouth on a deep over drive route by KJ Hamler. And I think Sean Clifford does a great job in very Joe Burrow fashion of filling the organic lanes to where he can detach from the pocket, right? So organic creases, he can fill them. See him on the pull here. Decently wide splits by the offensive line to start with create extremely wide splits when they get into friction action. And we see Journey Brown start to release. So here's where Sean Clifford is very much like a Joe Burrow as well. So right now, he's already looking for the jugular vein. I called him Jugular Joe because he was always going for the jugular vein, wanting to kill somebody. Now look at this. He could have threw this ball right now to Journey Brown, let him turn up field and get it. I'm not sure why he didn't just do that in the first place, but he wanted to push the ball down the field a little bit. You see him here throwing out that right foot. He does a great job of throwing on the run, in my opinion. Waits for KJ Hamler to uncover. Boom, hits him right in the void of the defense. Let him get upfield. And now he probably got a better game than the Journey Brown, but as you can see there, man, just getting out of the pocket, having a feel for when to get out the pocket. But he could have made a quicker decision right now, hit Journey Brown on this. Probably, I wouldn't think it's a tough catch. Journey Brown's got really good hands. Hit him right there, going in that direction, let him run upfield. But, man, he wants to make it a little bit more difficult. So maybe taking the cheese, that'll be something that he needs to do this coming season to ensure that he completes a higher percentage of his passes. Of course, Penn State damn near invented putting pass tags on the back of run calls. Gus Malzahn did some really good stuff a few years ago as well. But, man, when Joe Moorhead came and my guy Joe Moorhead and these guys, RPO, to me, Penn State had it on lock. So you're going to get zone action here. This is going to be the shell of a lead zone, right? Pat Firemouth damn near at a sniffer coming through with the lead. Journey Brown on him. However, they're option off this guy, man on the line of scrimmage, and then the next guy, second wave here for the pass. You see unblocked defender here. He goes with the cheese. So my man crashes down right here. Absolutely perfect, the corner. Get the ball to Jahan Dotson, who I think is going to blow up this season without KJ Hamler. Let him get upfield. I think he does pretty well in that portion of the RPO game. And got to get these guys like a Daniel George, who I think is a beast in the making. I want to see some John Dunmore or somebody like that. Some of these young cats that they got already on the roster. All right, here we go where Clifford definitely has to improve. See him on the pull here. Completely stares this down. Right, so he's fooled with a lot of zone. I noticed that in the Iowa game and quite a few other games. Right, he struggles with zone coverage, and you see him just peering at it right there, like straight up telegraphing exactly where he wants to go. Almost throws a straight up pick. Luckily, the guy didn't pick it off, but he's got to be able to come off the pull, glance to the right. If you know he wants to come back here and it's a zone coverage, you can see these guys' eyes. They're passing stuff off. Come back to the right. You know where your guy's going to be. You know exactly where he's going to go. You can't sit there, stare something down, telegraph, and just hope and pray. That's horrible. So I notice he's quick to detach a lot, and a lot of it's not his fault, man. The offensive line has to play better. You see guys being able to sustain blocks. I noticed that with Rasheed Walker. We see here a delayed blitz coming. Your man Steven Gonzalez not really sustaining the block. Will Fry's getting pushed on the arc, so my man climbs the pocket. Really has nowhere to go. He was going to try to bend it out here like Beckham. Decides like, here's the organic cutback crease. Steven Gonzalez not sustaining, right? Stops moving his feet. That's just a free runner right there. Can't have free runners like that. Can't escape out the pocket. Far too many times for as talented a team as Penn State is and was. Got to get that offensive line under control. I'll definitely have a further study on the offensive line, but definitely got to highlight the mishaps of it during the Memphis game. Got a 2-man game running over here. A TE stunt. And Steven Gonzalez right here in struggle mode. All right, so boom, you get him on the inside. You quickly come off because you know he's doubled. You can't just reach a hand out there. So forces Sean Clifford to vacate the premises. He does a good job with that, keeping his eyes upfield. He's always looking to throw the ball, but he's a very capable athlete, very much in the mode of Joe Burrow with the athleticism. This was bad too, kind of a miscommunication, but I'm gonna put this on Sean Clifford. You have an S option. You got KJ Hamler coming here, reading the leverage of this particular defender. If he's playing with inside technique, first and foremost, if he's playing with outside technique, KJ Hamler would shoot it to the inside, but he's going to be playing with inside technique, so KJ Hamler is going to shoot it to the outside. But it's a rhythm and timing thing, meaning Sean Clifford needs to know and can read the rhythm of KJ Hamler's body, pause, and then let that bad boy go when he's coming out of his break, but he waits entirely too long. All right, so watch Hamler here. All right, you see the inside technique being played, so this makes this go to the outside. He's reading it. Now the ball needs to be out. He's turning right now. The ball needs to be right on him. Clifford still has his gun in his holster. Now he's going to try to throw it. That's just too dang late. You would have to severely lead him to the outside. He throws it low and in front of him. That was a bad throw. Bad throw. All right, here we go. You see right here, we're going to have a drive concept. Pat Fryermuth on a deep dig. You have a shallow drag by Daniel George. And Clifford does a great job of negotiating this. Got a bit of a green dog going on here. Coming on the blitz, so the guy vacates. He stands in there. Fall away jumper. Look at it. Fall away jumper. Hits him on the money. A little bit behind him. But it's a fall away jumper, so he puts it in the vicinity. Daniel George is able to gather himself before the hit. Stay on his feet. Like the beast he is. Nasty. All right, let's see him working rhythm. I usually do this straight away, but I forgot. So look at the crossover steps. Really none. Just kind of working off of a quick set. See the point and shoot foot, the drive leg, driving off that bad boy. Kind of definitely an over the top delivery. Nothing over exaggerated. Very, very classic. It actually hashtag real men watch to the end. This was very illustrative of how accurate he can be. Journey Brown picks up the blitz. Look at him having to negotiate this defender who's right in his window pane, the window of opportunity. He kind of looks him off. Another fall away jumper. Now look at the window of opportunity. Product placement has to be perfect in that. Oh, that is crazy. Look at that. Look at the product placement. Hell of a throw. Hell of a catch by Pat Fryermuth. All is well. All right. Penn State is an extremely talented team that we know, with a ton of history to it. recruits all over the country. And this particular Penn State team, man, is absolutely loaded along its defensive front seven, and it has some complete horses on the offensive side of the football. None other than my man right here, number 21, Noah Kane. So when we get this started right here, when we get this graphic out the way, you see true freshman Noah Kane, who probably would be starting at Texas right now had he gone that route like a lot of people thought he might. But we'll see him right here running split zone. So, you know, the cross formation block coming on right there. But, man, if you see right here, they're in an odd front alignment, right? They brought down two guys right here, two future top 10 draft picks. Yatir Gross-Matos right here, perhaps the best edge player, not named Chase Young in the Big Ten. And then you got Micah Parsons, the freak himself, young Von Miller, right? So, but watch this, what he does with a convergent defender. Now, this might not look like something special, but to me is something special if you understand running back play. All right, we'll get it started right here. Now, look at that. Parsons is already following the cross formation block right here, right? So he's going to be meeting towards the mesh point to where this is coming at. I'm not even sure what's really going on right here. If you can look at the quarterback right here, he's not necessarily reading who I think all right, we'll say he's reading Yatir Gross-Matos right here, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's already a planned handoff right here. But boom, there you see the backside. He's able to slip a tackle from Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons got a hand on him. Nope, not gonna happen. Defensive back coming down. Nope, sorry about that. Garrett Taylor. Look at that. Just making people miss. The first man will rarely get Noah Kane. I'm here to tell you right now, I've been following this kid for a long time. He's one of my favorite running backs to come out in a minute. All right, so Penn State's been at the cutting edge of putting pass tags on the back of run calls forever. Definitely around the Joe Moorhead time period. We're going to see right here is going to look like your standard inside zone with Noah Kane. Also, they were going ones versus twos, so it made Noah Kane with Michael Johnson and some of these true freshmen that I know out here made it pretty interesting to watch because they're going against perhaps the best front seven right here in the Big Ten, you know, as true freshmen in the spring game. So imagine that right there. But you look like your standard inside zone. You know, your guards are going to be trying to climb up to the second level and everything like that. But what you'll have here is a peel back screen by the inside receiver here, the tight slot, right? And what Michael Johnson's going to want to do right here is he's going to be reading this particular end right here originally. So if Gross-Matos crashes down, he's probably going to shoot that bad boy when he runs and shoot that bad boy to the outside right here. So I believe that's exactly what happens right here. We see right there, reading the end, crashing down. Actually, Gross-Matos didn't even crash down. It came from the second level with Ellis Brooks on a replace right here. So he replaced Gross-Matos, who took kind of an inside move. So that right there allowed Michael Johnson to go ahead and pull that bad boy because you see the numbers are going to be in their favor. If that overhang defender, go back, that overhang defender right here were to slide out right here, it'll be 3-on-3, and it's not necessarily in your favor. But with him crashing down right here, you get the numbers in your favor. Not a great pass by Michael Johnson, but he got it out there. So my man was able to do his thizzle with yards after the catch. I really like this counter lead concept right here. You got Brent Strange right here, another true freshman. He's going to kick out the end man on the line of scrimmage right here. Daniel Joseph, who's on a bump out right here. You can see them in more of an odd front look right here with Micah Parsons bumped down as well on the line of scrimmage. But you'll have Noah Kane right here, my boy Noah Kane. He's going to take the handoff right here and then immediately hit his counter steps and follow Brenton Strange right there. So I love these type of power concepts with a spread team like Penn State. It just goes to show you how you still got to win at the line of scrimmage. You see it right there starting to develop. My man's going to get the ball and immediately he's going to stick that right foot in the ground. Look at that. Stick that right foot in the ground. Spacing is perfect. Strange with the kick out block right there. All he has to do is make the first person miss like always. He did right there. Let's get those tough yardage. Get the tough yardage right there. Noah Kane's going to be an excellent complement to a couple of quicker guys like Ricky Slade, who I think will be very good, and Journey Brown as well. So it's about to get real. I'll tell you what, man, got to give props to Georgia with its running back core, Alabama, teams like that. Penn State, man, be on the lookout for that. Penn State may be running back university here pretty soon. Already has itself an icon in Saquon Barkley. Followed that bad boy up with Miles Sanders. They're looking real good with Jawan Sider out there recruiting those boys. All right, so let's check this one out right here. More Noah Kane, can't get enough. You're going to have a pin and pull right here. So you got the one technique getting pinned. Then you'll have Effner, the left guard here, coming on, kick out the end man on the line of scrimmage. And then you'll have Noah Kane coming here to run that alley. Drive time. All right, you see the pin and pull action right there. Kind of a weird way to defend this if you're my man Shaka Tony right here. He just pretty much meets the block, but he has to know that nobody's replacing him right there. Or maybe he doesn't know. Maybe that was Ellis Brooks' job right here to come and replace him if he really crashes down like that. But he didn't do that, and he probably was going to get blocked by Brenton Strange anyway. But then Noah Kane hitting the perimeter. One-on-one with my guy, Lamont Wade. Lamont Wade, do your thing, baby. I remember you at the 5-Star Challenge. Got a chance to talk to you at the 5-Star Challenge. I'm at Rivals Camp. But you ain't make the tackle on this one right here, baby. Nobody's tackling Noah Kane in the open field like that. It ain't happening. He's too powerful. So they're going to bring you the power and the finesse. Better watch out for Penn State. All right, so here's a drive capper right here with Noah Kane. You see the double at the point of attack right here. Now, keep in mind, this is the frontline guys. These is Penn State's frontline guys, so this is pretty impressive to me. But look at the vision by Noah Kane right here. Obviously, more than likely, he probably wanted to initially take this right here up in the A gap. But that bad boy is kind of breached. You can see it tightening up right there. Look at this very subtle step right there. It doesn't even really have to go anywhere. Subtly slide that bad boy. Still appear in that gap right there. Get over the line right there. Right on, Gross Matos. All right, so it may have been a blessing in disguise with Tommy Stevens transferring, with Sean Clifford getting all this play right here with the first team. What I want to see from Sean Clifford is just ball distribution. Ton of talent there with Justin Shorter and Hamler and Freiermuth and guys like that. And even along the offensive line has some really good players as well. But, of course, they're back. So being able to quickly go through your progressions, like we see him right here on the pool, right? See him on the pool, really checking everything out, not necessarily staring it down. Maybe he is staring it down and it doesn't uncover the way he wants it right here, but being able to know where your check down is. So that's not open. You see him right there quickly. Get the ball to Ricky Slade. Let him do his thing out in space. Now look at all the space right here. That's all you got to do, man. A lot of talent at Penn State. Distribute the ball to your guys. We know that he can run a little bit. Obviously, he's not Tommy Stevens or anything in that manner, but I think the ball distribution will be a lot better. I didn't believe in Tommy Stevens in that manner right there, but I think it's going to be fun to watch, to be honest with you. It's going to be fun to watch. Even more fun to watch without Tommy Stevens running through everybody like that. I wish he could have stayed and been kind of a Swiss Army knife. That's all the rage now. If you see a guy like Tyson Hill at the New Orleans Saints, he's going to make somebody some money. I think he may have made Trace McSorley some money. So he could have stayed and saw that, but maybe he just wants to be a starting quarterback, and I don't blame him. It's a short life, and it's definitely a short life as far as your football life as well. So make the most of it. But man, that's going to do it right here. I'll have some more on this Penn State game. I really get into the throw game, but I just really wanted to see what my boy Noah Kane in this run game was working with, because these boys are loaded, and they're going to run the football, and they're going to get into those pass tags on the back of the run calls, RPOs, and do their thing like that. So don't sleep on Penn State. I'm telling you this right now. If you think it's sweet, ain't nothing sweet about Penn State.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.